Sorry if I sound tired, cause I am. I just woke up. But I thought I would give a review on Night Reign because I've just put in a poopy, stinky amount of time of 25 hours. Wow, so many hours, wow. But I wanted to give my thoughts and my opinions on it so far, cause as many people, when the trailer came out, I was skeptical. I thought it kinda was similar to Fortnite in some aspects, and I have to say, it is almost nothing like Fortnite. Now, I have played almost all the Souls games except for Bloodborne and Demon Souls, but I know the lore and stuff. But the lore I don't care about in Night Reign. It just seems kinda meh. I did see the connections, just like Elden Ring with Sekiro and the Land of Reeds and the paintings, which I always love. But so far, I would say about 15 hours, around 15 hours, I would say. It felt a bit stale for me, and I realized that I was being a goober, and I wasn't exploring the other areas, which were like the volcano, and there was like a city and stuff, and mountaintops. You do unlock more areas as you progress in the game, and once I found those areas, I was like, you know what, this is kind of fun. But there is indeed a point where it does get pretty repetitive. So that made me last a bit longer on not getting entirely bored of repetition. But I will say, if you have friends, which Souls players don't have friends, if you didn't know that. So if you do have friends, if you want to play with your friends for free, I recommend getting seamless co-op on Elden Ring, Dark Souls 1, or Dark Souls 3. All three of those have it. I don't know about the others. The main issue is that there are bugs, and if your internet is dog water, well, either way, if your internet is dog water, you're not gonna have fun on seamless co-op. Night Rain, there's points, there's points of it being bad. It's not the worst, but it really depends on how bad your internet is. But yeah, I recommend checking both of them out and deciding for yourself if you and your invisible friends, your imaginary friends, want to play. But if you do have family members, but the bosses, day 1 and day 2 bosses, which are like the basic bosses, you get good bosses like Nameless King, Dancer. Smelter Demon is meh, like they should have made him harder. I do like the updated models and the new abilities some of these bosses have. They're very nice. They make it seem like you're fighting a whole different boss, especially with Margit. And Dancer felt like a completely different boss to me. Something that I've noticed with Elden Ring and Night Reign is the bosses aren't as scary. At least to me, they're just not as scary. But yeah, they're always hit or miss. I don't like the bosses where it's 50 kabillion ads with one dog shit boss. An example being Wormface. Tree Sentinel gets really boring after second or third time. That's my big problem, is there's just not enough bosses. They haven't even added all of Elden Ring's weapons, haven't added all of the incantations, not all of the bosses, enemies. But I'll complain about that a little later. Back to the bosses. So yeah, day 3 bosses, which are the Night Lords. I hate chasing them. Chasing the Night Lords is a pain and is annoying. I don't think anyone likes that. And then once you catch up to them, you're either insta-dead or, who knows, maybe you're a pretty chill guy. Maybe you're a chill guy, who knows. The soundtrack for these bosses, especially the Night Lords, absolutely gorgioso. They're beautiful. Love them. I think it was Sentient Pest, something like that. I don't remember any of their names, so if I get it wrong, it is what it is. But that boss, it's the one with the weird shrimp-looking guy and the butterfly. The music is so majestic. I thought I was fighting the Tooth Fairy and Tinkerbell. Now, one thing I wish Night Reign would do is they have how many games? Why not add the generic enemies from those games along with the maps? I would love to play on Anor Londo, Lothric, Drangleic. Yo, you could even switch from Round Table Hold to Firelink Shrine, Majula, any of that. Dude, that'd be really awesome. Same thing with the bosses. Like, they could go all out. They're not going all out. That was my main reason of being excited for this game. Another thing I would love to see, it's gonna be nothing but another thing, is loadouts. I want to see loadouts. Same thing with text chat. And I also want to see character creation back But yeah, and that's pretty much like the overall review for this game so far. I will maybe make a future review. The game's still fun, I'll still play it, but I have other things I want to do first. Merry Christmas, boys. Hope y'all had a great Christmas if you watch this way later. I will be making videos on Nioh 1 and then making a review on Hollow Knight once I'm done. Happy birthday, guys. See ya.